Ivan, this Jeep is getting the royal treatment.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. We're just finishing up the adhesion promoter polish on this Jeep. Nick's wiping off the roof. I have this back fender to do. And then we're applying, only when the best will do, the 8-3 stack for Nick.
You know, you gave me a lot of options, Ivan, as it related to this Jeep. You said, what coating do you want on your Jeep? And I went back and forth because if you're new to the channel, I just got this Jeep. It's about 10 years old. I have a 2017 Subaru Legacy, so I'm not like living the high life with a brand new Maserati, but I love C6 Hydro Light on the Subaru Legacy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I want to do Jeep stuff.
Right.
And I love the idea of 2 different layers of a coating, and the 8-year with its durability and ease of clean, the 3-year with its hydrophobics, the graphene to maybe reduce some water spotting.
Yep.
How did we land on the 8-3 stack? Because you kind of convinced me there, because we have C6 Hydro and C6 Diamond Gloss. We have a lot of amazing options.
Right. For me, the way you maintain or don't maintain your vehicles, because Nick lives in an apartment, so washing his vehicle is not something that happens as frequently as he'd like.
No, I mean, I had a detail shop at one point, right?
Yeah.
I got spoiled, I had all the toys, and now I don't even have a pressure washer, I don't have a garage, so like, washing is different. I empathize with you out there if you don't have all the good stuff either.
Right, yeah. So basically the 8-3 stack will give Nick the durability that he requires, the gloss, the slickness, and on a white car, the 8-3 actually picks it up a little bit, meaning that it's gonna have more of a glow to it.
How did we prep this? We washed, we decontaminated with iron remover, we decontaminated with water spot remover.
All right.
We then dried it,
Yep.
and then we used adhesion promoter polish.
Wrong. We polished it with the gold standard polish.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
You've said the red carpet treatment for the Jeep was laid out, you've done that, and we've been doing it.
Yeah, you know, Nick is used to doing my cars because normally I drive here, he flies here. This time he flew here, but he bought this Jeep and he's driving it home.
Yeah. Okay, so we polished it with a yellow waffle pad to remove the ceramic gloss that we knew was on there, and it brightened it up quite a bit as well.
Yeah, and now the app, I just have to finish this back fender, we'll wipe it off, and then we'll get to coating.
Perfect.
There you go, Nick.
Can you talk about adhesion promoter polish, why we use this over a panel prep? I know we've spoken about this before, but if you're new to the channel, please know that we're here to educate, and we're not trying to ask you for much. But maybe subscribe. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and then your attention.
If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. It's worth the effort. Now, why the app? So the adhesion promoter polish does a few things. It deep cleans the paint, meaning we get this nice bright white. Next, it actually swells the paint a little bit. Not much, it's not gonna make it a 1/4 inch thick, don't worry. It's just swelling it by 1/2 micron or so. Just enough to open up the pores of the paint. So when we're applying the coating, it's not going on the paint, it's going into the paint. And that gives us effectively a thicker layer of coating and a better bond with the paint, meaning a longer lasting coating. And as a bonus, a little more gloss.
Now I noticed on this side mirror, it didn't really get polished. Would I do gold standard in your opinion, or as I've done, a dab of app, just to get the little water spots in the corners?
The gold standard would be more effective, but have fun with the app.
Okay, you keep talking. If you wonder what I'm doing, this is my vehicle, so I'm looking at it with very close attention.
Slightly different, yeah.
I do give them all this treatment, but you know, what we do here is gonna be a permanent layer. I mean, we're adding 2 layers of coating. I don't know what the plan is for the glass, but I'm like, I want to prep this. I'm gonna be looking out of this mirror for years.
Yeah, so we'll be doing hydro glass on the windshield. We'll be using the 8-year on the other glass.
Okay, Ivan, where do we start? What are we doing?
So, we're starting with the 8-year coating. The reason we use the 8-year coating as the base, and people have asked us, can I use 8 and then the 5-year? No, the chemical compatibility is not there. If you want to do a stack, it's the 8-year followed by the 3-year, or the 5-year followed by the 3-year. The 8-year with the 3-year stacked on top, or into is actually a better term, gives you a glow almost to the paint, almost like wax. And on white, that looks spectacular. Now our 5-year combined with the 3-year gives you a candy-like gloss. So on white, you're actually not gonna see that gloss. If the Jeep were black or red, I would have suggested the 5-3.
And the 8-3, a lot of our feedback we've had is that it reminds folks of a wax.
Right.
And I don't mind a waxy look on a white vehicle. It's 10 years old about, and so maybe harken back to an earlier era. I don't know. That wasn't that long ago, but
and the paint's actually in very good shape.
Yep.
So I'm going to start by priming my pad. So 7 or 8 drops on my pad, maybe 9.
As you're doing that, is there anything to what I believe to be true, which is 2 layers is better than 1?
Not necessarily. So, because we're not actually putting 2 layers on the vehicle, we're building one slightly thicker layer. Because the 3-year doesn't go onto the 8-year, it goes into the 8-year. It's a chemical thing. It has to be done in a certain time frame, which is 2 to 8 hours. So 2 hours after you've applied the 8-year, you can start applying the 3-year, or you can wait up to 8 hours. If you go past that, not a good situation.
How did the stack come about, Ivan? I mean, we're here for the information, for the knowledge, for the how-to. We didn't start out with a 2-part coating, and a lot of folks thought that was a marketing thing when we came out with it, and I want you to respond to that.
Well, our viewers actually asked us about it. And when I approached the chemist and said, they're asking for this, is there any validity to it? Because anybody that knows me knows I won't sell things just for the fun of selling. And the chemist said, yeah, actually there is. And then explained it to it, and that's where we did some testing and got to the 2 to 8 hour waiting period, because before 2 hours, the solvents in the 3-year coating will just dissolve the 8-year coating, making it so that you're just removing it and, making not a mess, but you're not doing the job the way you should. After 8 hours, the 8 has cured enough that the 3 isn't going into it. It's just sitting on top of it, and layering coatings to me has never been something I was in favor of, because it really doesn't do much.
So it's not a layering, it's actually 2 combining as 1.
We're actually making a new coating.
Now, had we used panel prep before instead of the C6 Ceramics Adhesion Promoter Polish, what would be the difference?
Not much at this point. You would have had less slickness when wiping off, because you're feeling that slickness immediately, and you do feel that with the panel prep. But the app, what it does, it absorbs the coating into the paint. It allows the coating to go into the paint instead of sitting on top of it. So it provides a different feel for you, and also less chance of high spots. And on a white vehicle, high spots are difficult to spot until just that right lighting.
Well, I was gonna say, will they ever be spotted? And under, unfortunately, like a sunset condition, it's possible they would be. So
yeah,
certain lighting situations, they'll come at you and surprise you. I wanna refer to what I'm doing here. I'm waiting for about half of that oil slick on water to dissipate, to evaporate.
Right.
If the towel feels grabby, you're leveling too soon, but right now it feels like it's perfect.
Yeah.
Did you get all into the hinges and all that? Okay. And you didn't get the cowl yet,
no.
But I'm always gonna overlap with my leveling.
Yep.
As a means of safety.
And underneath the windshield strap there.
Okay. Oh, and a windshield strap, what does that mean? I'm
so
new to Jeep life.
when you fold your windshield down, that's what you use to tie down your windshield.
The windshield folds down?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know that much about Jeeps, do I?
Yeah, no. And having driven a Jeep with the windshield folded down, not something you want to do.
So I don't need to worry about it?
No.
Okay, cool. And then I have my plush buffing towel here. That's my insurance wipe, right? So let's say I missed something with the green one. We don't have 2 green ones, Ivan. Why?
Because people get confused. If you have 2 of the same towel, you'll start out with great intentions, like, okay, the one on my left hand is doing this, one on my right hand is doing that, and eventually you get it mixed up.
It might look like I'm putting pressure. I'm putting no pressure. And if I did, I remind myself, no pressure, Nick.
Right.
Towel folded in 4s to mitigate against any pressure points. You're just letting the towel potentially grab any coating loss.
Right. So now I've added 2 drops to my applicator pad, and I'm going to go to the next section. Now I'm going to box it in, which in this fender means going all the way around the fender. And that squeaking noise, don't worry about it.
Why should they not worry? Aren't you scratching the heck out of the paint, Ivan?
No, it's just a little bit of friction on the pad.
And that's just at the beginning, right?
Yeah. So there you go, Nick. That fender is done.
What's the deal with these headlights, Ivan? Big, round, half a basketball, half a ball. Like how do they handle the elements?
Actually, very well.
You've owned a few Jeeps, Ivan, so I ask you the Jeep questions.
Yeah, and I did own a JK like this before.
And you hated it, or you liked it, or what did you think?
The JK was actually my favorite generation of Jeep.
Really?
Yeah, in terms of driving and driving dynamics.
Okay, for those who don't know what JK means.
The Jeep and the K series.
Got it.
So the newer ones, the ones that are out now are the JL series.
Okay.
So the cowl nick and the wiper arm and the windshield hinge.
Folks may wonder what the cowl is. It's between the windshield and the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a more technical explanation, but
No, that's the piece that's below the windshield between the hood.
it's often plastic trim on a lot of vehicles, right?
Yeah.
So it's not always
Painted, yeah.
But if you want to know the fancy terms that we're using, now you do. And they're not fancy.
No.
I'm not a self-proclaimed car guy. I'm a guy who fell in love with detailing late in life. Ivan, on the other hand, has been doing this for what, 45 years or so?
A little more than that, yeah.
I had my season as a mobile detailer in a couple of shops, and then we got together and had this idea to make some magic happen.
Make detailing enjoyable.
Yeah, because that's what I've always enjoyed, is the fun part of it. I'm not here to coach you on how to make your business profitable, but I can show you how to detail your car and get great results.
Yeah.
And then I'm always here to learn, better techniques and efficiency from Ivan, and I appreciate that about you. Now, this windshield has a little Jeep on it. Is this a special windshield, or are they all like this?
So Jeep has what are called Easter eggs. They hide little things everywhere to remind you have a Jeep.
I forgot until I saw this little Jeep crawling up a trail.
Yeah, and you'll notice the 7-bar grill. Well, you have that 7 bars there as well.
What else am I gonna find?
Keep looking.
Now, if I get a rock chip, will they all be like this, or is this a special kind?
This is an actual Mopar, like factory windshield.
What does that mean?
It's an original equipment windshield as opposed to an aftermarket windshield.
Got it. Are those more rare, more expensive? What?
A little more expensive, but they all do the same thing.
Oh, windshield to windshield?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I got the cowl on this side.
Yeah, so other side and the fender.
Now, Ivan, why are we coating the wiper blade? Or the wiper arm, I should say.
To make it easier to clean.
Okay, smart. Say we're coating the windshield, but you can do that later.
That's going to be later, yeah.
Okay.
We have a 2-hour waiting period, so at that point we can dress the tires and do the windshield and all that fun stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the fender.
Yeah, the fender. And then I'm going to go down this side. And the reason I'm hopscotching back and forth like this is I'm not in Nick's way when he's wiping off. He's not in my way when I'm applying.
Now you say wiping off.
Leveling.
The correct term is leveling. Let's talk about that.
Right.
What's actually happening with these towels?
So if Nick is waiting long enough, he's actually not wiping off the coating. He literally is leveling it. He's any little excess that's on the surface, he's distributing it further into the paint.
And remind me where you've been on this side. Communication, always super important with the 2-person coating crew.
So windshield first, or windshield frame, sorry. And then the door.
Did you get the windshield frame on the other side?
No.
Okay, got it.
Now, those of you with good memory will remember that Nick and I did the plastic restore and protect on the plastics here. So that's why I'm going over them with the coating, because I know they're restored and the coating is just going to make them last longer into all these little hinge areas.
Oh, so you are coating the plastics.
Yeah,
Got it.
because we have the plastic restore and protect on there. So this is just going to accentuate it a little more.
Now I see you moving that side mirror.
Yeah.
Not always the best idea. When do you move? When do you decide, I better not touch this?
So when polishing, I moved it. But basically what you want to do is just lightly see if it moves, and if it does, great. If you have to put pressure on it and it seems like it might break, there's a good chance it'll break. So don't force it. Nick, since this is your vehicle, why don't you apply?
Usually you do the coating application. All right, so we've done the rear quarter.
Right, so now we have the rear, the fender. Now we have the rear quarter and the sill plate up to the crack here to do.
Boy, it's been a while since I've been the applier of the coating, Ivan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna box. And you're gonna go all the way to here?
All the way to the crack.
all the way to the crack. I'm doing outside the line, just so you know.
Yeah.
So I'm boxing, and I'm gonna fill. Now, why the circular motions? I know you've been talking about that for a long time.
It makes coating application easier, simpler, and at the same time, you use less coating and you spread a nice, more even coat.
All right, so that's on.
Yeah.
After that, door?
Door's already done.
We did the door.
Yes.
Got it, all right.
So you can do
glass?
this piece here and break it up at the line. That way we know where we've been and where we haven't been.
Oh yeah, that's really nice and dark. And then you want me to hit the glass as well?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm gonna go a little over the line, as one does.
Yep.
Hitting the fiberglass, I believe, is the substrate.
Yeah.
Darkening it up considerably. It's aging very well for 2015.
Yeah. Thought it was a 16.
Well, I checked, now that I'm the owner of it,
Okay.
I double checked it, and it's actually a 15.
Oh, okay.
Manufactured in 14.
Oh, okay.
And you told me to read the owner's manual.
Yes, I did.
So I read the owner's manual to figure out the Bluetooth, and it says it's a 2015.
Okay, perfect.
I saw the sticker, so, you know, there we go. We like to do plastic and glass right away.
Yes.
In terms of the leveling, yeah?
Right.
Where do you suggest we go next?
Keep going.
Plastic on the back. Usually Ivan leads, you know, I'm a great leveler, and I like to know your strategy. You know, what WWYD, what would Ivan do? You know?
Well, try to stay out of your way so I can stay out of your way.
I'm gonna, I don't know how far this goes up. I'm just gonna get the top edge of this fiberglass.
Yeah.
Plastic here. And then at the seam, I'm gonna stop. So I'm doing all the plastic to this side seam.
Yeah. Do the window while you're there.
That would have been a nice move. And I just went like this high.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll do the window.
Yeah.
And boy, a window is a great reminder of how much coating's actually on your applicator. I wanted to reload.
Yeah. No
But
need.
as I look at the glass, it's like, we have so much coating on here right now.
Yeah. On a white vehicle, you can't really see what you're doing in terms of coating. When you have a doubt, very simple, just touch your applicator pad to a piece of glass. You'll find out very soon.
I like that we're coating areas that might be hidden
Right.
normally.
Yeah, we took the spare tire off of the Jeep just for that.
We're gonna protect this for the elements ahead. How's that looking?
You missed all down here.
Hold on here.
There you go. You got
I don't
it.
even know if I got up to here.
So while I'm wiping this off, Nick can be applying to the fender. Then when he's applying to the back door, I can be leveling the fender.
We're doing back door after fender.
Yeah.
And fender flare or
Both. Do both.
Okay, got it. I mean, if it's just me, I can figure it out. But we're on camera, I got the efficiency expert here. I'm just trying to keep it all straight, folks. Okay, how about this? What is the biggest mistake people make when applying ceramic coatings?
Being in a rush.
Okay, tell me more.
Yeah, being in a rush and applying too much. It's not stressful, and people get stressed out applying a coating for some reason. It's more difficult to apply a wax than it is a coating. If you can apply a wax, you can easily apply a coating. Stop stressing about it and just get it done.
On white, how do I know how much to apply? Because I'm kind of going by feedback here.
Yeah,
if it's starting to feel grabby, I add a little bit more.
Right. On white, like I said, it's very difficult to see. So you sort of have to go by feel, and if you're questioning how much is on your applicator, very simply touch it to a piece of glass. You'll immediately find out.
Oh yeah, I have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The glass doesn't lie.
So if you can level that out.
Yep. I might as well just do the glass while I'm here, yeah?
No, that's fine.
Okay. I don't do this very often, folks.
So
I'm always a leveler.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did the fender and the quarter.
Fender, quarter, and then I went down to that line.
To
just
the
that
first line, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I'm doing the rear now.
Yep.
Yep. Why are we ceramic coating the vehicle in the first place? What a great question to ask. I should have asked it earlier.
Why are we coating the car? Well, There's a lot of reasons to want a coating. One of them is it looks better. Secondly, and to me the most importantly, it's easier to maintain. Now, remember that front grille that is all etched? Had it had a ceramic coating on it, it would have stood a much better chance of not etching. Yes, those bug guts will look ugly on there, but they won't etch into the paint because a coating, a good coating, is extremely chemically resistant. More chemically resistant than paint is. And one misnomer in the industry is people saying, oh, I don't want a coating, it's too hard to maintain. A coating is easier to maintain. That's why you want a coating. Makes your vehicle easier to maintain. Now, there's some people that put out these horror stories that now that you have a coating, you need to do this and this and this and this. No, you just need to wash it like you would your regular painted car. There's no difference other than it's going to be easier to wash and you don't need to wash it as often. Yes, it needs to be decontaminated once in a while if you want the full effect of your coating, but you should be decontaminating your paint anyways. And your paint, you'd have to decontaminate it more often.
Is it bad that I don't care if we leave high spots as long as I protect this? It's this white paint. I know it's going to be sitting outside. I wouldn't do that for another customer, but
yes,
it's bad.
Well, it's not bad.
On principle,
yeah.
We got to stand on principle, Ivan.
On principle, no, it's not going to damage anything. But come on, have some pride.
I'm just worried that I'm sloshing it on there and you'll never see it. I did the rear.
Yeah.
I didn't do the light on that side. I'm doing it on this side. So I'm already kind of deviating from standard operating procedure. I'm all over the place.
Did you do the bumper?
I did not do the bumper, no.
Okay, because we did the bumper corner here.
I did the bumper with app earlier, so
yeah,
we prepared it.
So I would do the bumper corner on that side as well.
Okay. What is this? This is like a gray, silvery, what is this?
It's paint.
Paint.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting color choice. I don't know much about Jeeps, but yeah, plastic really will take a lot of coating, and there's a lot on here. You're not surprised, are you, Evan, that I have a lot on my applicator?
I'm not surprised at all, no. It's a Nick thing to do.
It's a Jeep thing, it's a Nick thing. I'm liking how that sounds. All right, I already did this handle.
Yeah.
I hit this bumper.
Again, I've already wiped it off.
Okay.
You had already done that, remember?
Yep.
So now you have the door, or do the upper part of that.
So I'm gonna do the glass and the plastics.
Yeah, the back window.
And the upper part of the door.
No, do the back window first.
I got it.
The whole back window.
All right. Take direction well. Maybe a little more. That plastic soaked it up. Do you ever miss a spot when you're doing these circular motions? It feels very dangerous to me, like I might leave a half circle uncoated.
I don't, because I'm methodical. And as long as you're moving in the same pace all the time and a slower pace than the circle you're making, you're not gonna leave spots.
Okay.
And on any color paint other than white, you can see that.
I haven't done this yet.
You did that before.
I did that before, yes, I have done that. Okay. Practice is important. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah. So now, do either the upper or the bottom part of the door, your choice. So Nick is just a little overexcited at this point. That's why he's like jumping around and like a little kid.
I'm very excited, actually. I know I'm not gonna miss any spots, and if I hit them, like I said, a couple extra times, leave a couple high spots, I know what to do. I don't want to be polishing my paint again. I don't want to leave high spots. I haven't.
No.
Boy, I could swear I had enough on my applicator, but it felt a little grabby. So, all right. We've got this done, that done, down to here,
around the mirror,
around the mirror,
and the glass.
And the glass. Do you want me to do this or wait for you?
No, wait for me.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I'm not even listening. Now I see why you get frustrated. Go ahead.
So now. This fender's already done, so we don't need to do that. Get on the ladder, do the roof on the other side.
Got it.
While I do this, and then while I'm leveling the roof, you can be doing the bottom part of the door. Then we do the other half of the roof, and we're done.
One question folks might have, because we are gonna be doing the stack, Ivan, is can I use the same applicator that I used for the 8-year as the 3-year?
No, and we provide an applicator for each.
When you order the stack as a kit, which of course that will be in the description below.
Yeah. So there's no need to worry about that. You have 2 applicators, use both applicators. Now when you're done using an applicator though, you can put it in your wash bucket, let it sit for 15 minutes or so, and then come back, rinse it out, and use it again. So in our bottles, we have enough coating that you should be able to do 2 vehicles. So if you maintain that applicator, clean it as soon as you're done using it, then from there you will be able to coat another vehicle on another day.
What's the benefit of ceramic coating this hard top?
It's gonna last longer, it's gonna look better. Same benefit as coating the paint, Nick.
I love it. There's also a ridge above the windows here. What's that all about?
So when it's raining, you don't get rain on you. It's a gutter.
It's a gutter.
It's like a gutter on your house.
Because I guess this is just a vertical. Not many vehicles are so kind of square, boxy, right?
Yeah. And when you're looking at a Jeep, let's just say little aerodynamic penalty this can cause isn't that big of a deal when you look at the rest of it.
Is that why they get bad gas mileage, or is it the motor?
It's the aerodynamics.
Or lack thereof?
Yeah, lack thereof. You're moving a brick through the air, but a brick with all sorts of things hanging off of it, so even worse. Let me wipe that off. Now you've got the door and the other half of the roof, so do the door first, Nick. And while you're doing the door, we missed the windshield frame on that side.
On my side?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it is wild not being able to see what I'm doing on white paint.
Yeah. You just have to trust the process, Nick.
Is there any level to is there any truth to this thought in my head that as I'm leveling, if I missed a spot, somehow that's going to spread the coating out a little bit?
It will, just a tiny bit, but that's if you're actually leveling too soon.
All right, now just the windshield frame.
Windshield frame, then we'll do the rest of the roof, and we're done for now. We wait 2 hours and come back.
And just remind me, we did windshield frame on the passenger side already? Okay.
Yeah. And the reason I know we didn't do the windshield frame is when I was rubbing the roof here and around the window, I noticed that it was not slick under my towel.
It's gonna be the glossiest hardtop in town. It really does give it a richer black, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So we'll finish this, and we'll be back for us in 2 hours, but for you, right about, we're back. Now, for you, it was not even a second. For us, it was a little over 3 hours. What we did in that 3 hours is extremely interesting. There's a link down below to a 2-hour Q&A live stream where at the end of it, someone got phoned. So Nick, you've never actually applied the stack. You've leveled the stack many times.
Many times.
Right, but the application.
Probably at least a dozen times,
yeah,
if not more. You want to shake up our 3-year coating.
Right.
What do folks out there need to know about the 3-year, whether they're doing the stack or not?
So it contains graphene oxide.
Okay.
And that's why Nick is shaking it up. It's a great coating and super hydrophobic, but it's also got a bit of a water spot resistance characteristic to it because of that graphene content.
All right. So we like to start on the hood, Ivan.
Yeah.
And instead of pouring from up here, I'm gonna do what, 8 to 10 drops on my applicator?
Right. Get that applicator primed.
Now, if I see these dark spots, should I be freaking out?
No, that's normal with the graphene coating.
All right.
Off you go.
So I'm gonna start up here as we do with way too much coating, as Ivan often said. And I'm gonna box the panel. Now, if it's too much coating, boy, I might wanna
work the center first.
Work the center first?
Yeah, and then reach the edge.
Okay. All right, now that I've got it kind of spread out a little bit. Oh, that is so slick.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, Ivan.
It's as if you're not even touching the panel.
Wow. Okay, I'm just getting around these areas that I know may not get a lot of love. Okay, so I'm gonna just work this section, box that in, bada bing, bada boom. Do we care about this here? What do we wanna do with that?
Well, that already has our trim, restore, and protect on it, so it's good to go.
Now I'm tempted to add more. Is that crazy?
It's counterproductive, but
I can't tell if I'm getting it on there because it's
you
white
are.
paint. I am, for sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
From here, I can see it.
Okay, I can't see it. It's white paint, right? So what do you say to folks? I can't see what's going on.
Change your angle, and you will find a light that you can see it.
Okay.
And this is where being methodical is really good.
I know I just went to the top of there, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. And then I'll test the leveling. Oh yeah, we're good. Oh, very good.
And I just put, what, 3 more drops on here?
Yeah.
2's probably all you need.
You only went to this side of this piece.
Got it. And then are we doing the handle as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of work around, make sure I get everything going all the way to the edge. I am overlapping a little bit, remember that?
Perfect. Always
Okay.
color outside the lines.
Always coloring outside the lines.
Don't trust that grade 1 teacher that was telling you to color inside the lines. They didn't know what they were talking about.
Oh yeah, you can see it on there.
Yeah.
It means I'm applying plenty.
Yeah, if you're applying more than plenty.
Okay, I'm gonna trust that I'm applying more than plenty and not put more on my applicator, because that's what I'm tempted to do, Ivan.
And you can feel it when the applicator starts getting too dry.
Boy, I do think I feel it a little bit. I mean, I see why people don't err on the side of less and they err on the side of more, because they want to make sure they're actually getting it on the paint.
Right.
Okay. Pretty sure that's there to there.
Yeah.
One more time around the edges to confirm. Boom, boom. All right.
Carry on.
Yeah, okay, what do you do next after this?
Well, I would do the other fender so you're not in my way,
Okay.
and I'm not in your way.
I'm reapplying just 2. See how that lays down? That's a lot. You can see that. So that's plenty of coating. I just did 2 more drops. Plenty to work with. Boom. Going to box, that seems to make the most sense to me.
Yeah.
Then going around the edge. And those big circular motions. Now circular is easier on the shoulder, you say?
Easier on the shoulder, because you're not starting and stopping. And it's easier on the applicator. It's easier on the potential of getting high spots, because every time you stop, you're creating a potential for a high spot. Whereas if you have a nice continuous motion, then you're good.
Where next?
Go to the other side while I'm working over here.
Easy.
You did the fender as well, or
Just the fender
just
flare.
the plastic fender?
Just the
Okay.
plastic fender. Boy. Sure seems like I've got enough on there. What would Ivan do? He'd say less is more. Meticulous is a huge thing with white paint, isn't it?
Methodical, yes.
Methodical.
Yeah. Meaning you have to be thinking of where you're going, why you're going there, and making sure you're getting everywhere, not haphazardly going all over the place. So you can't trust your vision to tell you you've done it. You have to trust yourself and your motions.
Rarely is there not enough coating on the applicator. I often have plenty. So I'm gonna just trust that the 1 drop was enough. Can you see anything on there that confirms it?
Yeah, at this angle I can see it.
That I laid coating on the paint?
Yeah.
How about I go back to the other quarter or no?
Yeah.
Or fender?
Yeah, do the fender or the metal part of the fender.
Down to that line there,
Yeah.
just above the running board. If that makes sense. Over to here.
The slickness here is just phenomenal.
Are you feeling it in the leveling towel?
Oh, yes. In the application, you're feeling it. I'm also feeling it in the leveling towel.
Yeah.
Making sure to color outside the lines, obviously, especially on this cowl piece, because Nick went over onto the hood, which is a good thing. We want to color outside the lines when applying a coating. Going around the windshield frame.
And I'll join you right up there.
Yeah. So Nick, you're asking about the little things that find hidden on a Jeep. You've got the little Jeep climbing a rock here. You've got the 7-bar grill up there.
Oh, wow.
You've got the 7 bars in here, which are the iconic grille symbol of a Jeep.
So Jeeps are just quirky like that.
They're fun, yeah. So they have little things hidden everywhere.
So I have part of the cowl here and then the windshield frame up there.
Yeah,
that I did.
perfect.
What next?
Did you do the wiper arm?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, not thoroughly, but haphazardly. Let's do this. All right. And what next? Other opposite side?
Yeah, go down do the door.
So we're kind of checkerboarding. You're encouraging me to go on the opposite side of you, Ivan, a lot.
Yeah, just to make sure that, you have time to do your job.
And you don't want to skimp on the leveling step in terms of taking the time, being thorough, because that's where we prevent high spots.
Right, and on a 4-door vehicle, it's easier to hopscotch front to back, whereas this, especially with the shape of the fenders and all that, it's just easier to get out of each other's way.
So I'm actually doing the top of the door, and the window frame and the window.
Yeah.
I'll hit this trim.
Yeah, the mirror.
The mirror. And I'm gonna get the glass as well. Now I typically forget to level the glass here.
Yes.
So don't forget.
So you got the whole upper part of the door.
Yep.
So from the door handle up, basically.
Door handle up. Let's just say that. Yep.
Very good.
Okay. You good?
Yeah, so you can move to the back part there. At this point, we can hopscotch front to back.
Same side?
Yeah.
You want me to do this upper section?
It's up to you.
Or what did you have in mind?
Yeah, well, that's how we started the last time, so the upper section. So stay below this line.
Okay.
And then when we do the roof, we'll go from here up. So you want to break it into sections that you can visually remember, that are easy to know where you've been and where you're going.
If you're just doing this solo,
Yeah.
you just do a door or a section and then level, right?
Right. Now, coatings cure through humidity. So meaning the more humid it is, the faster it's going to set up. So you just have to be aware of that, know where you're going, know what you've done, and make sure that you're leveling soon enough, but not too soon.
And this glass is ready to level pretty much immediately, yeah?
Yeah.
And you can see the lines in the glass, so once you level, those will go right away.
Exactly. Now you can do the bottom part of the door.
Oh, perfect, yep. So I'm gonna hit these hinges and then go to town. I'll do the handle, behind the handle, especially when the handle is painted, you want to get behind the door handles because you can really feel it then. Can you feel a coating on plastic like this?
Yes, you can.
Plastic trim. So I'm going to be coloring outside the lines as we teach. If folks have no interest in Jeeps, but they're here for the ceramic coating education, Ivan, what else should they know about the stack?
Well, the stack has its place in the world. It's a fun thing to do. It's a fun coating to have. And there's a bit of a tree branch back there.
I can't be coating without the LaCroix Cruiser, I'm sorry. Kneeling is for suckers.
The Jeep's not that low, come on.
I did the door.
Yeah.
I should do down here. Have I done this
You'd already
yet?
done that fender.
Okay, but I did this one already?
Well, maybe not.
I think I did the fender flare, but I don't think I did this.
Okay, well then do the fender.
Here, let me color outside the lines real quick for you.
Yep.
Okay.
You redid the door handle second time.
Well, are you surprised?
No. That's where becoming methodical really helps in speeding things up. And Nick always wonders why I get done my half before he does when we split a vehicle half and half. That's a lot of it. I do my section what I need to do, but I only do it once.
In my defense, I just don't actually apply coatings that often.
No, but even when we're polishing or washing.
Yeah.
You're sort of haphazard. Because you,
Sort
when the camera turns on, Nick's attention span disappears. And that's common with many, many people. So me, it's just because I've been doing it so long that my body knows what I'm doing without having to think.
Yeah, you're hyper-focused on the process. Sometimes I get a little caught up in the words. Anyway, did the front fender.
Yep. Good.
Flare is way done. You've leveled here.
Yeah.
You've
back
taken
fender.
care of- Back fender, okay.
Fender and do the quarter, like that whole section.
Got it. I don't think I did this yet, so I'm gonna make sure I did that. Got the lowers, now I'm moving on up. And what's the methodical man to do? I'm gonna box it. Boom.
Now, today in the garage, we have two very, very iconic American vehicles here. We have the Jeep, and we'll have Sylvie pan around. We also have split window Corvette. So, which would you rather have? You'll be surprised how many people vote the Jeep.
Really?
Yeah,
That split window Corvette's pretty nice.
it sure is.
I love how the Jeep evokes so many strong responses, Ivan.
Yeah, the Jeep is, like I say, a very iconic vehicle.
Okay, so I am working just this this rear quarter of the back bumper. I'm not getting too far ahead of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, don't worry, you won't get too far ahead.
Okay, cool.
So here, look at how much coating you got there.
A lot.
Yeah.
Ivan, we're actually stacking the glass, which I don't think has ever been done in recorded history before.
I'm sure someone has done it, but we haven't done it on camera.
So does that mean brownie points in the detailing club?
Sure.
Is there a benefit to stacking glass?
We'll find out. I'm
All
sure
right.
there is. Yeah.
I did this top fiberglass and then this window here.
Yeah. So do your back bumper. I'm gonna be applying hydro glass while Nick is doing the back end of it there and the sides. So instead of waiting for him and just standing around, I might as well be productive. So I'm using panel prep first. We polish the glass before. And the panel prep, before it dries by itself, I flip the towel to the dry side and clean it off. Now I have pristine, clean glass. Let me do the same on the other side. I'll move the wiper arms out of the way. Now this is a brand new windshield. Perfect time to do this. Jeeps are notorious for having broken windshields because of the slight lack of aerodynamics.
So how does hydro glass help in that regard?
It doesn't.
So it won't prevent rock chips?
Some people say that coating prevents rock chips. It helps reduce rock chips, but it's not going to help eliminate them.
So I did this.
Yep.
You already did hydro glass that quickly?
No, I did the prep. Now I'm
Okay.
wiping off the bumper.
Okay.
I'll go do the hydro glass.
Bumper, and then I went a little overlap up here.
Yeah.
And then all back here. Let me just get this gas cap as well. So while I'm here, I'm just gonna make sure I do the lower portion of the door here.
Yeah, the rocker panel, the door.
Sometimes I know the names and sometimes I forget. And today my brain went to mush after all the detailing videos we've been shooting, but trying to communicate with you, Ivan.
Not a problem.
Of course I knew what a rocker panel was called, but we got foamed today and did a long live stream. Again, we'll put it in the description below, and I enjoyed it, but it was a wild ride.
I'm applying the C6 hydro glass, making sure to get it everywhere, nice circular motion, and not getting it on the paint. Go over to the other side. There we go. We'll let that sit for at least 15 minutes. It'll haze over, and I'll just simply wipe off.
Ivan, I appreciate you putting in all this labor of love on the Jeep.
Oh, you've done enough to clean my cars over the years.
You know, I have, haven't I? Every once in a while, you can get your own car washed when you have a detailing company and a YouTube channel about car cleaning.
Yep.
Now, we could do our own cars, but when you get Ivan to do your car, that's when you know life is good. All right.
Last thing to do, Nick, the front bumper, and then the roof.
And a little bit of high spot action going on back here. Okay, I'm seeing what you mentioned, Ivan. This paint is starting to shimmer and glow.
Yes.
Which is hard to, you know, get in terms of, it's hard to get that from white paint.
Right.
It doesn't happen very often.
No.
As a detailer, I know that. Holy cow, this fiberglass on the back, Ivan.
Yeah.
It is dark.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen a lot of Jeeps. Is this?
No, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't usually notice stuff like that, but it just kind of shouts at you.
Yeah. All right.
The roof is getting the stack, Ivan. We don't do shortcuts around here.
No.
Hey, maybe people in the comments can let us know if they've ever stacked the glass before.
So Nick, when you drive this back to Utah,
Yeah.
you'll be the slickest Jeep in Utah.
This fiberglass hardtop is, it's shiny, Ivan.
Yeah.
I'm so used to plastic getting faded that when I see a 10-year-old vehicle almost like that, it's like, whoo.
Yeah.
It almost looks like tire shine or something. It's so not like, but in a good way.
Yeah.
It's really hard to stop looking at it. Is that real? Is this real life?
Yeah.
Ivan, I have one word to describe my reaction when I stepped back and looked at this Jeep.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice job.
For a 10-year-old Jeep, it looks great.
Little two-door JK.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to learn how to off-road and do Jeep things.
So for you Jeepsters out there, those of you that own Jeeps and have owned Jeeps and love Jeeps, knowing that Nick is more of the mall crawler type, what upgrades do you suggest for Nick?
Ooh, please suggest upgrades. I'm gonna be very slow to make those upgrades.
Yes.
Because I think this is great.
Yeah.
But I also want to have fun. And if an upgrade means more fun, I'm listening. Now, is that too early with Hydro Glass,
Yeah,
Ivan?
just a little bit. I'm just testing the corner here.
Okay, and how do you know it's too early?
It wipes off well, but it leaves a bit of a streaky, so we'll let it sit another 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
So with Hydro Glass, it's just that simple. Make sure the glass is clean. And when it gets that white, hazy look everywhere, try to wipe a small section. If you feel that it's sort of greasy feeling and leaving a bit of a haze, let it sit another 5-10 minutes. Not a big deal. You can let it sit overnight if you want, and it'll still wipe off beautifully.
Okay, so how long could I let it sit? Overnight, like 12, 24? I mean,
12, 24 hours.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, there's no limit to how long you can let it sit there.
And just to recap, you put ceramic gloss on the wheels,
Yeah,
which I'm bummed about. I was gonna coat them, but
my mistake.
I couldn't just wipe panel prep on there and coat over ceramic gloss.
No,
So what are my alternatives if I want to coat these?
start polishing.
Can I polish by hand?
Yes, you could.
I don't really want to.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave it like it is.
But every time you wash the car, use a bit of quick beads and the wheels will be fine. Coating wheels is great. I have coated wheels on mine, or actually my car right now, I don't have coated wheels. But it's something I've been coating wheels for 25 years. These are a nice, simple 5-spoke design, so it's an easy task to do. But if you're gonna coat wheels, I always suggest take them off, clean the barrels. If you're gonna coat it, coat the barrels as well, not just the faces, and do that. Now, if it's a paying customer, it's whatever the customer is paying for.
Yes,
but if
indeed.
it's your own vehicle, coat the barrels, do the rest.
The engine bay is here. If you want to see us clean the engine bay of this exact Jeep, it's very educational. In that video, you can find it right here.